afternoon. My name is Emer and I am part of the marketing team here in Nvolve. So today I'm joined by my colleague Brent Crouch and we're going to be discussing how a connected workforce solution is being implemented into your business can really drive a lot of value to your entire business and every aspect of it. So we're delighted to have Brent part of the team here in Nvolve. He's part of the customer success team and he joined us here in April this year. So Brent comes from really interesting background and experience. So before we delve into the questions that we're going to be asking Brent just about the solution and everything, as he has a lot of experience in this area, I'm just going to ask you, Brent, if you wouldn't mind just introducing yourself and just telling us a bit about your background and your experience.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been working in manufacturing for over 10 years now. Started as a line operator for a seafood company, and then went into a technical role from that, and then moved on to confectionery, where I went to a technical role and then became a training coordinator from there, which was very enjoyable. So working with people and training, and then I fancied a new challenge. Went back into technical again for another firm, and then progressed up within the technical role that way, and became a BRC lead auditor as well.
Brilliant.
And then went self-employed, did some work for firms, and then sort of come and joined Nvolve.
We're delighted to have you, and thanks so much for joining us today on this. So we're just going to kick off with a Q&A with Brent. So this is streaming through Crowdcast and also LinkedIn. So if anyone has any questions at all you'd like to ask Brent throughout this series, just feel free to just throw up your questions and ask, and we'll address them then after. So Brent, we'll just kick off. Thank you very much for that introduction. That's brilliant. So we'll just kick off firstly, I suppose, just from your background. So as a training coordinator point of view, what are the benefits of having a connected workforce solution implemented into the business? How it kind of I suppose benefits the trainer mostly?
Yeah, so from my experience as a training coordinator, I found that there's a lot of admin work to be done. So we had a load of SOPs, procedures that people had to be trained against, and we had to do the competency question as well, which was all on paper. In that paper, when you had that paper on your desk on a Monday morning, because you had a factory that ran 24/7, it was a big pile. So you had to scan those documents in, you have to put those onto an Excel sheet, and then you would have to file those away. And that could be a day or two, or maybe 3, depends on the time of year and what sort of business it is. When because I've worked with Nvolve, I've known Nvolve for 10 years. When Nvolve came to the business to do a presentation, I fell in love with the system straight away. I thought this is going to be fantastic. This is going to remove the need of scanning, remove the need of walking in on a Monday morning and piles of paperwork. No more Excel sheets where they would crash and you have to contact IT. Say, can you do the VBA on this? So it removed that need. And what I found as a training coordinator was I could spend the time with the staff, with the employees, with the trainees.
Your time was freed up for that. Yeah,
Correct.
Exactly. Yeah,
Correct. So I was able to go on the shop floor, be able to do those competency tests, have the time to do that, and engage with people. Because when you're at your desk and all you're doing is admin work and you want to spend that time with the trainees, it's difficult because you have you've got to keep things updated. So that's what we struggled with. But then the benefits from it was the employees. You could see they were enjoying a lot more because she was engaging with them more.
That was another question. Yeah, about the benefit for the trainees. What was the main thing there? I suppose was it just the engagement with the training sessions and everything.
So yeah, so
Mhm.
we just was as a training coordinator, I was able to just spend more time with people.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's brilliant. Then I suppose, yeah, next was just going to ask you, obviously it benefited the employees, the trainees so much as well. And can you just tell us, I suppose, for people that aren't as familiar with a system like this, with a connected workforce solution, like, can you tell us about the implementation process? Like, I suppose just in terms of like, implement it into your business, like how long does it take and what kind of like that aspect of it,
Yeah,
just for like, for the benefit of the audience is not too, yeah, sure.
yeah. So I've implemented Nvolve into two businesses,
Okay, yeah,
and it all depends on what information you have as a business. So
yeah,
some businesses it could take to up to 3 months. It could
yeah,
take up to 6 months. It all depends on data.
yeah,
So the process of that is um, we would look at your Excel sheets. So we want you to send us all the data, so your SOPs, references,
yeah.
numbers, the documents, how long that training should take, when it should be expired, and we would give you, Involve would give the templates for you to fill
Okay,
this
yeah,
in.
yeah,
So it's literally like a copy and paste from another Excel sheet.
yeah, yeah.
We would upload that onto the system, so onto the platform. So it's literally you don't have to do all that bulk uploading. We would do that as Involve,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah.
and I think that takes
Very
away the
easy.
stress from somebody new who's trying to put the system in, because there are systems there where you can, as a business, put that data in yourself, but
Mm-hmm.
you ain't going to have the time to do it.
No, so the more assistance from the supplier of the product is like, yeah, it's invaluable, I suppose, to your time.
Yeah, so we would do that. We would just answer, just give us the data, stick it on an Excel sheet, and then we'll just do all that upload, bulk upload for you.
Brilliant.
We must also spend the time going through things, showing you things, and setting up project roadmaps. Um,
Yeah.
I've, we've got some new accounts. I've got some new accounts who's joined last month. First thing I'll say to them is it's not going to be done within 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Well, you have to be
Because
realistic, yeah, with
we
the
have
time
to be,
frame. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
we have to make sure we put good data in,
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
if we don't get good
absolutely.
data in, then we're not going to get good data out.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Brilliant. No, that makes absolute sense. And I suppose the more assistant needed, it's great you can do those bulk uploads and everything, because that's kind of, I suppose, the daunting part about, implementing a new system is, oh God, is this going to take like, forever kind of
Forever,
things.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then I suppose, another thing that is kind of an interesting one as well about implementing any kind of new system into a business is, when it's totally new, is like, how do you get, from your own experience, like how do you get the buy-in from the stakeholders, like the senior management team and anyone that has to be involved in the whole
Yeah.
decision making process? Like, what's kind of, you personally, or even like, from your experience, like what kind of, how do you kind of get around that so that they see the
So
benefit of it? Yeah.
yeah, so I always say from day one, get senior management involved from day
Yeah.
one, because you need, like you said, you need to get that buy-in. Because if you
Yeah.
don't get that buy-in, then you're not going to be able to have the people to do the training with, to show them
Yeah.
we've got that paperless system, so it's all tablets, e-signatures. So for
Yeah.
day
Yeah.
one, see what they want from it. What do
Hmm.
they need from a system like this?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And I know senior management. Yeah, I've been a senior manager myself. It's reports, it's facts. We want reports and facts. And as a business, you want to be audit ready. So is
Yes.
this platform going to help us become audit ready?
Audit ready.
Because the
Yeah.
last thing we want is, we don't want a system there which is going to, or an Excel sheet that's going to
Yeah.
sort of have a VBA issue or
Yeah.
a date's missing. Because on this system it's all live data. You do the training, it's on the tablet, you sign it off, it's done. It's on somebody's learning plan, i.e. for a metal detector or
Yes.
how to wash your hands going in and out of a factory.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is something that I'm very day one senior managers, get them involved in meetings as well with,
Mhm.
like, Involve. If you are looking for this, get them involved.
Yeah.
We have meetings with the technical managers, health and safety managers, HR managers, and that's what we do
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well.
So I suppose it's all good communication and visibility
Yeah.
from the senior management point of view of
Yeah.
the solution and everything. Yeah, it's really, really good.
Mhm.
Um, just on that, we just have a question that's just come in there, Brent, if that's okay, just through the chat. So it's from Stephen. So how easy is it to manage a connected workforce solution once it is implemented? So you have it all in there. Yes,
Mm.
really good question, Stephen. And then what then? Or like, is there, what's the kind of, I suppose, the process after a solution like this?
So at first it's quite daunting because when you start off with a system, you think, is it right? Is it true? So
Yeah,
once
and you
when
have to, yeah,
I found that I had
yeah,
to continuously do checks, which you would want to do. You want to check to make sure
yeah,
it's
of course,
it's true
yeah,
and everything. So I would always do that internal audit for myself to make sure that it's working and everything. But as soon as I had that confidence within the system, oh, it was lovely.
yeah.
It was
Made life
like
so much easier. Yeah,
I would
yeah.
like I said, Monday morning there'll be no paperwork on my desk.
Yeah, yeah, you
I
just
will
have it all.
I could
Yeah,
report on what our compliance rate was for the site by
yeah,
teams, by departments, so I can give the data that the senior management needed on their weekly or daily meetings.
yeah, yeah,
And
absolutely.
it was true figures, it's
Yes,
not, or I've got an issue with Excel, you're not going to get it today. It
yeah,
was all
yeah,
true. Click of a
yeah,
button, there's the
yeah,
report.
yeah, absolutely. Well, that sounds good. And yeah, great question, Stephen. I suppose from then, Brent, I suppose on the other side, now that you work obviously the customer success team and involved, I suppose
Yeah.
there's so much support thereafter from you guys, your team, like, whenever it's implemented and everything as well. Tell us a bit about that. Like, is there like, kind of support, yeah, from your side and
Yeah.
everything? Yeah,
So with the customer service, we're literally on email, phone. We set up meetings as well. So we do project roadmaps. So if you have projects coming up, we want to be part of that to support you through
yeah,
that.
yeah,
We
absolutely.
don't just set something up and leave you to it. That's not
Yeah,
how we want to be. We want to be involved in that process for you because
yeah.
there's a journey you're going on. It's not just here you
It's not just here
go,
you
here's the
go
platform,
and that's
off you
it.
go. It's a
Yeah, 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 yeah.
we want to be part of that journey with you because we believe in it, and it has helped companies
Yeah,
and businesses out, and it would help those as well
yeah, yeah.
who
It's
want
good
it.
to know that, you kind of that you have that support after, and you definitely you do get it with Enbob, which is
Yeah,
good because like you just don't want to be left completely to your own device without
no.
any kind of sort of
And we
support
do have
after.
a great
Yeah,
support team as well. If
yeah,
there was
yeah,
issues and it was emailed in, they're sort of on it
yeah, yeah. Which is
straight
good to
away.
know.
So they
Yeah,
are, it's
yeah.
not just leave you to it sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just like,
Yeah.
use your own devices. Brilliant. And then another question I had myself too was just how well can a solution like this, I suppose, be integrated into existing processes already in the business? Is there much disruption, I suppose, to anything that's kind of like, that they have there already kind of thing, if that's something that you've
So
experienced?
it
Yeah.
all depends of what process you've got in place.
Yeah, yeah,
So, for instance, my experiences, we didn't have much. It didn't disrupt like operations
yeah.
like on the shop floor as much because we put phases in, we
Hmm.
put milestones in. So we
Yeah,
did like phase one would be in putting all employees onto the system,
yeah,
but
yeah.
we would also make sure if there was any training to be done during that implementation, we would capture it still on our Excel sheet as well as on a new system
Yes, yeah, yeah,
until
yeah.
we
Gotcha.
uploaded the data from the Excel. Because
Okay.
the last thing you want to do is stop working on your current while you're trying to implement something,
Yeah,
and
of
then
course.
there you have an auditor that turns up and you're sort of like this, sort of, what do I use? What do I use?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. When
So
you're just kind of something new that comes
yeah,
in. Yeah, absolutely. No, that sounds good. I suppose it probably it depends on the current system or the system that you had in place, and just like
correct.
and just working it that there's no kind of disruption. I suppose when you implement something new,
Yeah.
so different for every business. Um, And then just I suppose in from your own experience, you kind of touched on it anyway. Like how beneficial or efficient is it really to move from paper based to Excel
Yeah.
to like a platform like this, where a solution like this would like just a one stop, I suppose, for everything.
Mm.
Is it just a few of the benefits of that, I suppose?
So I think that it brings a it brings people together. It brings the
Mhm.
workforce a bit tighter. Everyone's getting the same training in the same way. Um, it's
Yeah.
managers are getting the information they require as well because of being a man. I've been a manager. I've had a team. I've looked at
Yeah.
training records or training matrices in the past on Excel. And some of the
Yeah.
stuff you go on and you're like, I don't understand what that is. But when you have a report that says one procedure, these people are trained on it. This is a date expires. This is their competency level as well. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
really good to know, especially when you're looking at talent as well. So you're looking at my rising stars. Who are my rising stars within my team? I want to know that.
Yeah.
So that's a great benefit for a business.
Yeah.
The other point is cost as well and
Mhm.
waste. So imagine all
Yeah.
that
Big
paper
one.
you're
Yeah.
printing. The paper price of paper's gone up. The ink's gone up. You
Everything's
know,
gone up now these days as
everything's
well.
gone up. Um,
Yeah.
and companies are now trying to find ways to save money on
Yeah.
waste
Yeah.
and try not to use as much paper as well. So there is a cost benefit there as well. So you do get return on investment from
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like this.
And something obviously that's so topical at the minute is like, your sustainability
Yeah,
ESG strategy. So it all, I suppose, is, it can complement that big
yeah,
time, like, no, that's great. And then I suppose, yeah, just, I suppose from my point of view, just like I suppose, how does it benefit a connected workforce solution? Like the overall business, like, it's not just, I suppose, just for training, learn development. It obviously has other benefits for like, the entire business and, the
yeah.
management and employees. Yeah.
So I think an overview from it all, let's say for a trainee point of
Yeah.
view, is you're able to view your own learning plan. So
Yeah. Yeah,
I
exactly. Yeah.
remember when
Yeah.
I started in
Yeah.
manufacturing, I would ask, "Can I see my training records?"
Yeah.
You can do, but you're going to have to wait to see that because it's all in the filing cabinet. We can't go in the filing cabinet because
Yeah.
it's in
Yeah.
HR. But the benefit of this as a trainee is I can view my learning plan.
Yeah.
I can apply for a course on the
Yeah.
system. I know there's a course coming up. I want to apply for that, and your manager will get that ping to say
Yeah.
this person's interested. Now, as a manager, to see that somebody's interested in the course is like they want to progress, so I'm going to see that
Yes.
as a manager.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then as a senior manager, I'm going to see my managers. Oh, they care about the training. They care that they want to upskill their employees.
Yeah.
So there, that whole process, to me, it all flows quite nicely.
Yeah, there's
But
transparency with everything, I
correct.
think. That's probably,
Yeah,
as you say, there's nothing hidden. Like if everyone wants a little bit look at their training records or anything that they've done,
yeah,
like, they kind of have the employee point of view, full visibility on
yeah.
it. Management do also. So it's, yeah, I think that's probably one of the biggest benefits of a system like
Mm.
this. Yeah, yeah,
And you are catching on these systems as well is the competency
yeah,
assessments as well.
yeah,
So I've had to write SOPs, like 15 pages, have a competency test at the end of it.
yeah,
On the system, you just type in your competency questions and it's there.
yeah,
It's all on one page on a
yes,
tablet.
yeah,
You're not printing off reams and reams of paper and losing paper as well.
yeah, yeah,
It's all there
absolutely. It's all just
on
there,
a
one
tablet
place. Yeah,
first.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I think you can, employees all have kind of equal say. They can put up ideas if they think how processes should be done better. Did you get any benefit of that in your
Yeah.
previous
So
experience? Yeah,
there is the improvement tabs. So
yeah,
people would put improvements for health and safety.
mhm,
They'll put those in. They'll go to managers, and the managers will work with that member of staff to make that improvement work.
make it work. Yeah, yeah,
To
which
make
is
it
really
work,
good. Yeah,
and then it will be reported on a weekly or monthly as well meetings. So
Brilliant.
that's a great, that's a great
Yeah,
thing,
it
and
makes
having
everyone think.
performance and
Yeah,
goals, that all feeds into there as well.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think that's a fantastic feature. It just makes everyone
Yeah,
feel more kind of, I suppose, connected together and kind of like, more engaged that they can like put up an idea if they think a process should be
yeah.
done differently. And it's kind of seriously kind of as they put into like can take into consideration and reviewed by management and everything. So
Hmm.
no, that is brilliant. Well, look, I don't think just seeing if we have any other questions come through. Just another one here, Brent.
Yeah.
From a training coordinator point of view, I suppose that's what you were, I suppose before. What improvements would you like to be? Uh, would you make to a connected workforce solution that would benefit someone in your position? Are there
Yeah,
any? I
wow.
suppose.
that's a very that's a very good question. Have you got a list now, Jake? Um, um, I suppose for my
Thanks for that
yeah,
question.
I think for myself is as a training coordinator, it'll be the one thing we haven't. I find that well, we didn't have them was an email system, an automated email system
Right.
where
Yeah.
learning plans will automatically be sent out to the trainees and that because I find that a lot of trainees wouldn't have a work email, but they would put their personal emails in as well. So
Yeah.
and a lot of people don't have sort of devices to use, so they'll be at home on their computers, so or they'll have an email address, personal email address, and a learning plan to be sent out. I think that's
Right.
something that
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would have
Yeah.
liked to the training
Like to have
coordinator
seen
at
from
them.
your.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that makes complete sense.
Mm.
Absolutely. Um, thanks, friend. Just another one here from Elaine, which is quite a good question. So, regarding what we talked about earlier about convincing the decision makers, is there a cost benefit that can be shared, or does it depend upon the costs associated within the individual companies?
So it's individual companies.
Individual companies,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah. So, is cost benefit? So I suppose like if you're using paper-based solutions as
Yeah,
well, so that could be like seen as a yeah, yeah. But really good question, Elaine. Yeah. So I suppose it is just down to the individual companies. So yeah, thanks guys for your questions there. I don't think I see any others come in, but Brent, thank you so much for your time. And
I'm, if anyone got any more questions, please just message them in or LinkedIn or whatever. Sort of, I'm happy to
yeah,
answer the other questions as well.
yeah, absolutely. You can get in touch if you have any questions, and we'll be sending this webinar is recorded, so we'll be sending it to all the attendees as well. So thereafter, if you've got anything else that you'd like to, yeah, if you want to get in touch with us or ask us, feel free. We'll be sending it out anyway from our Involve Insights email, so you can get in touch with us then. Look, Brent, that is really good. You gave us such a broad, I suppose, understanding of the solution, the benefits, and everything, and how it does really drive value to an overall organization, not just one aspect of, but like everything. So, no, that was really good, and thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to go through that.
Yep.
Oh, we just have one more that's come in there. What do you call it? Yeah, so this is from Elaine again. So can I just ask another question? What are the
You,
USPs of the
yeah.
system? Oh, it's a good one.
Yeah. Wow. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it's
thanks, Elaine.
the deskless side where
Yeah.
you go on the shop floor, you have that the trainer and the trainee are working together, say on the iPads.
Yeah.
You're watching videos on there as part of that training session, so you're capturing those different learning needs.
Mhm.
They're signing those off, and it's automatically been updated as you're there,
Yeah.
and the report side as well, because we are fairly we, a lot of manufacturing wants facts, reports, reports,
Mhm.
reports.
Mhm.
So that's kind of a big thing, and I'm very much reports driven. Give me the data. I want to see the data,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
and
Yeah.
being audit ready as well. I've
Absolutely.
known Involve for 10 years, and I'm lucky to now work with Involve. I've implemented it into two businesses,
Mhm.
and I've sat in front of auditors, and I've been able to be so confident and saying, "Who do you want to see? Give me any name." and I've been able to type a name on the screen,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
they're trained on it, because I
And they're
know
trained. Yeah.
I'm that it's there, and auditors love it. They love seeing that confidence as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's it. It benefits that so much. So
Yeah,
no, I think you touched on everything there. But Elaine, great question. It's always good to
yeah.
know what the USBs are to a solution, to a connected
Mm.
workforce solution. So that's brilliant. If there's any other questions, please fire them in now, or else we can address them. If you have anything else, you can get in touch with us after anyway. So that's no problem at all. Um, Great. Well, look, Brent, thank you again very much for your time. I know you're very
You're
busy,
welcome.
and yeah, it was lovely to catch up with you. And yeah, like I said,
Oh,
we'll be
oh,
sending the.
sorry, I thought there was one more
I
question
thought it
then.
was more
So
too.
it was
No
a
problem,
thanks.
Elaine. But yeah, so look, we'll yeah, you will send the recording and you can have a look over. But yeah, thanks so much again, Brent, and
Thank
yeah,
you.
enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you everybody who joined the webinar also. Keep in tune for our next one. That is to be really interesting one next week. We are doing a social webinar with Jervis and Laura Thompson, and all about the social side of ESG, inclusion and diversity. So make sure to tune into
Be
that
good.
one also. Perfect. Okay, everyone, take care. Thanks, Brent.